I'm back now. Reality Rich TV. So we got proof on me actually being homeless. These are that's the U-Haul. I got cards after cards for hotels. There's really more. I don't know exactly where they're all at, but it was kind of hard to get rid of them because it was like, something that could just show me that I'm strong, like proof. And it was something new. I've never been through that before, so going through that was like, it just made me a better person, man. It made me think different. It really puts you in survival mode, put you through, only the strong survive type. Like, you just don't know what you got till it's gone, man. And pretty much I kept it because I just want to remind myself of who I am and what I've been through, and it makes you who you are, going through the struggles. I was mainly coming on here to like kind of just say that too, but then there was kind of like a little small story to add into it, like of when we had got treated wrong at a hotel, man. Like, we had booked into this hotel, and everything was cool. We went out to eat at the hotel, and they treated us like crap. Overcharged us. Food wasn't all that. Like, kids didn't like their food. Nobody liked their food. It was just terrible, man. That was like a time. Like, it was bad. Or another time, they tried to keep our deposit. Like, literally tried to keep my deposit, man. Like, I've almost been scammed a few times going through that. Like, you're already homeless, and then people try to keep your money. What world are we living in? That's crazy, bro. Like, I really was like confused. I'm like, God, I'm already struggling. We're already going through this. We're already at the bottom. Why is people trying to take us lower? Like, it just didn't make sense, seeing that. So I definitely went through it. Like, tried to keep our deposit. There was people, like hotel people, just saying like, oh, your dog's cool and everything, straight like that. Then the last minute, trying to charge you like $200 or something. Like, what? You didn't say that. Like, we told you had a dog. Like, bro, I'm talking about like going through the most, man. Like, you just don't know. Like, it's crazy. And just getting through that is crazy. Thinking like, wow, can't believe I was there. I can't believe, you see homeless people, on the streets, and you just always think like, how'd they get that low? How'd they get there? You just don't know people's story though. That's why I don't judge, Can't judge. Just the other day, man, I helped out a homeless person, man. Got some waters, got him water, gave him like 3 waters, and gave him $5, When I don't got, much to my name right now, still gave my last, That's just the God in me. But yeah, man, it's just crazy going through all these little ups and downs in your life, and you just be thinking like, am I ever gonna get out? Even though you are, it's just all up here, bro. Mind over matter, man. It's just the way we think, but I don't mean it's always true. Sometimes we just have crazy thoughts. Sometimes they just get the best of us, but really though, all we have to do is just pray, man. Talk to God. Once you talk to God, everything's just always better. Every time. That's what I notice. Like, when you're going through something like really crazy in your life, you realize that you just be having so many feelings, like, in your heart just feels like it's pounding fast. You feel like heat, the body heat, gets hot and stuff. Like, when you get anger, anxiety, whatever, you could feel it. You could feel like it's a bad spirit over you. You could definitely feel it. And it definitely is. It's definitely spirits, for that. That's the enemy. But once you pray, though, really deep, like dig deep in the prayer, and you take it serious, like you eventually start to feel different, and then you start to realize that, okay, God did this for that reason. You start to see stuff like differently, like this is why that happened. Okay, this is why that happened. Like you start to realize it, like for real. Like it's crazy when you think, man. You just think about life, like prayer changes everything, and that's true. I believe that. Prayer is the reason why I'm not in this situation no more. God, I'm talking to Him daily. Like, don't get me wrong. When I started going through that, I kind of fell off a little bit, like with my faith. Like I was kind of second guessing. I was thinking God was done with me. That was at the beginning. I did have my ups and downs. He knows. I was just so stressed out and just couldn't believe that I had to, go through that. When I was doing everything right. Like had the money, had everything right. Everything was cool. So I didn't think that was ever going to happen. So, but I really believe that He did that for a reason. Like He put you through the test to see, like, what's my son gonna do? What's my daughter gonna do? What's the next step for you? Are you gonna give up on me? Are you gonna come to me more? Like, what are you gonna do to show me, that you can keep it pushing, and that you're ready for the actual blessing that I'm trying to put in your life? Because it's always something bigger. It's always a bigger purpose, It's always something else that He got going on for you. But you gotta go through the ups and downs before you can get to the top. You gotta go to the bottom. You gotta get your head hit a few times, get cracked in your head. You gotta go through them trials and tribulations. You gotta show Him you're ready for the next step. Because He hears your prayers. You've been praying for this, praying for that, and He's been listening the whole time. You just been like probably thinking like, I don't think you're ready yet. And that's true. God ain't gonna give you what you can't handle. So that's, if you want to be a millionaire, God knows you probably can't handle money. That's why you ain't there yet. And that's speaking for myself. Like there's other people out there too, though. Like don't give up though. Like He's putting you through that for a reason, so you can keep it pushing, so you can go, man. Like, because man, I'm telling you, like, bro, going through all them elevators and up and down them stairs, bro. I got laptops, I got stuff I like to keep with me. Everybody got their little personal stuff they like to have, backpacks with all your important clothes. You gotta wash clothes. Like, you gotta do all that. Being homeless is crazy, trying to do all that. Like, it was definitely crazy. So I would say that was wild, but like I said, I felt like He just did it for a reason, though. Like, everybody at my job was all hurt. Or, not all everybody, but a lot of people, was, man, sorry to hear that, Rich, man. I hope you get out of there. Like, that sucks. You gotta go through that. You're a good dude. Like, there's people caring about me, man. On my birthday, man, some of my friends, because I actually had my birthday in the hotel while I was homeless, which is crazy. I turned 31 while I was in the hotel. That was wild. Yeah, it was definitely a little hard one. My family still cared. They threw us a little barbecue. My fiance, my kids got me some stuff. At work, I had two friends, man. Shout out to Trey and Angie, man. They're a couple. They bought me candy and, made me a card, wrote on it for me. Just a lot of little stuff that meant a lot, Like, they showed me they was there for me, They showed me they had a heart for me. Because they wasn't homeless, so they understood. They was like, man, if I had to go through that, I would be tripping. Like, a lot of people were saying that. Like, if I go through that, bro. If I was in your shoes, I'd be losing it. I don't want to know what to do either. I'm telling you, man, there's like one day at work where I just spazzed out, you know, a few times where I just was just tweaking. I'm just like, that's when I was telling myself I had to get out of this job, you know, going through that type of stuff. I ended up leaving in September on my grandpa's birthday, actually. 9/11, which is crazy. September 11th, man, you know, rest in heaven to all the ones who passed from that, you know, from that 9/11. But yeah, on that day it was just crazy, man. And I just prayed to God, and I'm like, man, give me a sign if I should leave or should I go to, you know, go to work or whatever. Like, I was just stressed out mentally and physically. Just, I was abused. I didn't know what to do, and you know, I left with my heart. I just did not go back. So just told him I wasn't coming back, man. It was tough. You know, it was tough. Actually, I did it the wrong way. I should have put my 2 weeks in, but I didn't. I feel bad. I should have did a little better, but it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it now, you know. But yeah, man. I mean, I was making good money, man. I was $25 an hour, $800,000 a week. Yeah, I was tripping. I know people see this, but like, you was tripping. I was tripping. That was a lot of money, and I messed it up. It's just because I was in the wrong state, man. Like, when I was in my house working, it was perfect for me. Like, I was at work making sure I was trying to do better and better, trying to hit the quotas for them and get faster and faster to pick in. Like, it was hard picking all them cases of Pops and Gatorades, and then, man, they got the nerve to make you count every pallet. Yeah, I'm talking about count from the bottom on up. So yeah, you gotta do your little math and all that. Like, it was just too much. And usually I work at jobs where you don't have to count, you know, where you just all you do is just do what you gotta do. When you're done with it, you go wrap it up, take it to the dock, and they count it for you, you know, like there's a machine, you know. So that was hard, you know. Pepsi's still behind. You got to catch up, man, because it's 2024 and y'all counting pallets. Like, they got robots taking over jobs. Y'all can't have a robot counting this, you know? Like, come on, bro. I think they just personally making it harder on people, for sure. Like, oh, well, it's paying you a lot, so the least you could do is count your stuff. And then they got the position called checkers at the dock, who counts pallets. Even if you count it wrong, they still got to count it. Or if you count it right, they still got to count it. Either way, it didn't make sense. I'm like, that don't make sense. So it's getting double counted, all these pallets before they get into the trailer. It does not make sense, bro. I'm like, Pepsi, y'all got to do better. For sure. Y'all got to step it up. Because that's crazy, bro. For y'all to be really out here having people counting pallets, man, when people out here creating robots, and people out here claim they talking to aliens and crazy stuff going on in the world. So it don't make sense. But anyways, that's not important. But yeah, it's pretty much what it's about, just showing the proof, man. Just all these freaking, man, it's crazy, man. You just look at, it's like a lot of credit cards or something, like, and I got more, I just can't find them. I don't know where they're at, the rest, because I had more. I had a whole stack like this big. Like, man, we was in hotels after hotels after hotels, man. Like, it was so hard, man, having to wake up and leave by like noon, you know, on the day of checkout. Like, you gotta leave at 11, you know, something's different. It was tough, bro. That was tough. That was definitely not the hardest thing I've been through in my life, but one of the toughest situations I've been through in my life, you know, for sure. Because I did lose a lot of family, so that right there is definitely way harder than being homeless, I would say. Like, homeless is like a personal situation, you know, but losing family is like the whole family going through that. You know, everybody's dealing with the pain, and that's way harder, you know, saying goodbye to people that you wasn't ready to say goodbye to. So yeah, yeah, anyways, man, that's all I got, you know. I'm out, man. Peace out, kings and queens. Reality Rich signing out. But anyways, just wanted to tell you, show you all my proof, my little documents, you know. I was not lying, I was serious. Not trying to get views and likes. I don't care about that. Like, this is real. I really went through that. Anyways, man, y'all have a good day, man. Have a blessed one. Peace out.